the Maharaja himself, Alex. How you doing tonight, Alex?
Going on, guys?
So welcome everybody. I'm sorry that I forgot to put Alex in the co-host box on the screen, so I apologize for that. But welcome everybody. I hope you guys had a great weekend so far. Thank you for joining us on your Saturday evening, and there's quite a bit to talk about tonight. Obviously, we'll touch on the whole crown jewel situation and getting a lot of heat the last couple of weeks, or excuse me, this past week, I should say. So we'll touch on that. Also, we got some Sasha Banks news finally, touching on why she hasn't been in action and what exactly is her injury. Touch on some Bobby Lashley and some other things, and also Kevin Owens and the whole Bound for Glory predictions, which is tomorrow night. So I hope everybody's ready for that. All right, so let's jump right into the big hot topic, which is the crown jewel. Everybody knows that November 2nd is WWE Crown Jewel, and Saudi Arabia is under a lot of fire right now because of the recent is it reported rumor that there was a murder there, or is it already they already found out that there was a murder there? I'm not sure what exactly has come out yet, but there is the report of the journalists who got killed, and the Saudi government reportedly was the one who issued him to get killed. So invited him over and all this stuff. It's just a bad situation over there. So of course the fans have hit the Twitter hashtag WWE cancel Crown Jewel. I'm not really sure what exactly the hashtag is.
Boycott.
But fans and wrestlers who are not part of the WWE, an example, Gail Kim, have came out and said that WWE has enough money; they don't need to do this, and they can easily cancel the show. So there's been reports.
Oh, go ahead.
Hold on. There's also reports. Thank you for the Super Hearts, Jeffrey Cross and Alex. Wow, thank you for the Super Hearts and Budweiser. Appreciate you coming in here. What's up, dude? There is reported by the king himself, Dave Meltzer, that a lot of wrestlers are not in particular excited of going. Dave Meltzer reported that WWE doesn't want employees to publicly speak ill of Saudi Arabia in light of that the upcoming Crown Jewel pay-per-view is only the second event the company has run in the country. It should be noted, WWE recently signed a 10-year deal to run shows in Saudi Arabia. WWE has encountered some backlash for doing events there given the women's revolution and Saudi Arabia's laws against women, which have prevented WWE's female roster competing there. Meltzer wrote the following: I haven't even bothered because what does it matter what they think when you really think about it? I'm sure that the law of averages, whatever it is, there's 200 people on that roster, and the law of averages is that there are probably dozens that probably don't want to go or don't feel right about something. But if you said something now, it would create a mainstream media story. It would shine a light on this whole thing, and it would be bad for WWE if the light was shined on this right now. So anybody who says anything publicly, and that's the thing, because nobody says anything anyway, you don't really have, I don't want to say you don't have freedom of speech there, but you kind of, it's different from most companies. So basically saying that you can't say shit there in WWE, basically, is what Meltzer is reporting. And if they do say something, I guess they will get some type of backlash, according to Dave Meltzer himself. But we all know about Dave Meltzer. Thank you, Dr. Huge, for popping in and for the Super Hearts. Appreciate that. All right. So before we get to Alex and Dave, I know it's easy to say WWE, hey, cancel Crown Jewel. It's easier said than done. They are probably getting quite a bit of money from Saudi, which is, important to Vince. And then also probably, I know people are saying, hey, just call up a local, call up Chicago or whatever have you, and I'm sure you could fill up an arena in this short notice. But again, easier said than done. So, Alex, your thoughts on this? And keep in mind, the realization of them actually canceling this show?
Well, I mean, this is not supposed to be like a political debate tonight about, what everyone thinks. It's just what's realistic 2018 WWE. I mean, on one side, you have like PR heavy WWE, and like if a story picks up like mainstream attention, this has like you have senators speaking out like on this. Obviously, that's a big thing. So yeah, WWE has like this like really good financial deal with Saudi Arabia for like I think 5 years. They're getting paid like they're going to be making at least like 9 figures. So on one hand, but then at the risk of getting bad PR in their, let's face it, their home base, like in the USA, like there's a patriotic sense amongst fans that could possibly not be with that. So, in 2018, like, the sense of we live in. So there's going to be outrage. So we'll see. As we know it, it's still going on. I mean, you'd have to think if WWE pulled out too, like that opens them up to lawsuits from Saudi Arabia for violating the contract.
Oh yeah, and I mean I can understand talent being afraid to go there, especially with the craziness that's gone down in the last couple of days and all this stuff. I'm sure there's a lot of people thinking in the back of their mind, what if this could happen to me?
Now,
what if I can?
Sorry, just I think that is actually the important part. Like if the performers, like your talent feels unsafe just performing somewhere, given these guys like go all around the world everywhere, and they're actually like about one particular place more than others, like do not want to perform. Like that's like like that's like a like not a that's like not taking their health into consideration, as your employer.
Right, and I don't think if someone came up privately to Vince or whoever and said, I'm not, very comfortable wrestling there, then I'm sure maybe they'll be okay with it, I would assume.
I would assume not.
So,
AJ Styles walks up to Vince. Hey, Vince, I don't want to go. Too damn bad.
You're going to lose your title to The Miz.
So
where's Ellsworth at?
It's just a really sticky situation right now that WWE is in, and
sorry, let me just one thing, and before we go to Dave, for both of you guys in the chat, what's the realistic percentage WWE actually cancels the event in Saudi Arabia, based on what we know now?
I would say they're definitely keeping it in mind. I would think that it's definitely in the back of their mind that if this maybe draws more heat by the middle of October, then it's possible that they may have to look into other venues. But honestly, I don't see them canceling it. I
have it like at like a 30%.
Yeah, I would say 1% of them canceling this show.
I mean, I'm not comparing Moolah to this because it's like the money difference is huge, but they responded just from a Moolah.
Yeah, but that's a totally different thing. That's an easy switch up. This is definitely.
But this is politically linked, so I'd have to think the outrage is probably a little more. You'd have to think.
Oh, I'm sure, but yeah, I'm sure that people would get pissed if they still went, and I'm curious to see, if they did still go, how many would not watch? How many people wouldn't watch it?
Yeah. At the end of the day, if you get the butt, they're still going to make a payday when they go.
Yeah.
Right, and maybe Vince, and we don't like to be political here. Vince is Donald Trump friends. They're him and Trump are friends. So maybe he does ask Trump for some advice. Maybe if he asks Trump.
Well, does he feel like it?
His wife's in cabinet.
Yeah, Trump saw it, and Trump is also, a supporter of Saudi. So I wouldn't be surprised if he said, Vince, go ahead and go. I think he would tell him it would be okay. It's just a very sticky situation right now. And I'm sure we don't know the exact deal that the WWE is getting from Crown Jewel. I'm sure it's quite a bit. Enough for Vince McMahon to not cancel this show. What about you, Dave? What do you think?
Man, this is crazy. I mean, when I first heard about this from you guys, because I guess I don't keep up too much on the news during the week when it's not Raw and SmackDown time. So when I first heard about it, I went and did some research and looked up some stuff, and I was like, man, just the stories I heard. I was like, you think of something like this in like a movie or a TV show or something like that, where someone walks in with some guys in a building and the guy doesn't walk out. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's just like mind blowing. And it was a U.S. citizen, so that's even more disturbing. I mean, even Trump has even said that no one should, not reporters or anyone should have this happen to them. I mean, it's crazy that when you hear stuff like a government went and assassinated somebody, I mean, that's just nuts. And let's not forget when they did the Greatest Rumble, Davari was getting death threats because of his little skit they had him do.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
true.
now we're getting hearing about this. And I can't blame any wrestler not wanting to go, but the like you talked about the Mula thing, I mean, completely different because that did not hurt Vince's bottom dollar at all. That didn't affect his money at all. This
Right.
would. This would
Someone in the
affect
chat
Vince.
room said Mad Dog Nightwalker said he's putting, I don't know if this is true or not, 25 million a show minimum.
Yeah, and that I was gonna ask that when you were talking. What Alex said too. I mean, like if they don't do it, won't they breach of contract and they can get sued for not?
They get lost.
not
They get
I mean,
a breach of contract.
so that's another thing that hurt Vince's money right there. I mean, if he gets sued by Saudi Arabia, and it's a
And
rich
then
country.
and then who knows what happens after that? Do they continue this relationship? Does the relationship kind of get a little bad? You got to kind of think about the pros and
Maybe
cons on this.
I do think though if they do continue with it, like definitely the next event after that, they're probably gonna hold off for a while.
yeah, you know what though? Even if they don't, maybe Vince can smooth things over and say, "Hey, you know what? It's really you guys got some major heat right now."
We'll come
And
later.
yeah, let's push it back a little bit when stuff dies down.
Yeah,
Still calm, but I mean that would be the best bet, honestly, right now. But even Linda McMahon's getting pressure about it, about they need to cancel this.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. So, yeah, that's
So will you
Mad
guys
Dog says last show over 100 million. Not sure if that's true or not. But
so does this affect you guys, and will you still watch it? Even for the chat too. Does this make them not want to watch it if they do the show?
I mean, at the end of the day, dude, we're still gonna watch it, right? They're pushing it on Monday and Tuesday.
Ella Chica in the chat says, "I'm sure the contract has a clause for cancellation that benefits the WWE. Come on now, people. WWE has the upper hand."
Hey, if there's some kind of moral clause in there, then they should have been used to the last show. But still, I mean, if there's some kind of moral clause where, like, hey, we're getting out of this because of, oh, I guess that would be a good clause to get out of. Hey, you guys killed somebody, so we're not coming there.
Yeah. No,
I mean,
honestly, I think regardless, if the show still goes on, people are still gonna watch it. You're pushing it on your Mondays and Tuesdays. You're gonna watch and see what happens. People are gonna be outraged, but the show's gonna go. You're gonna watch.
Yeah, and it's gonna probably have a lot of matches that you probably want to see. So WWE is gonna, if you don't, if they get backlash from it, they're gonna probably make it to a show to where it's a must-see show. I would imagine.
yeah, last thing I'll say about aren't they kind of? They really are in a tough spot too because they already semi got the card booked already. They already got big matches announced for it.
They're booking Brothers of Destruction DX through the Wuha,
I mean, and now they also booked Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles on the card too. So I mean, it's like, and Becky, I think Becky and Charlotte as well. So you got some big marquee matches on this card already, and it's only 2
Becky
weeks away.
Charlotte not being on Crown Jewel, Dave.
Oh wait, sorry, that's right. That's right. Evolution.
Well, that might be in jeopardy. Even I guess we'll talk about that later.
Let's see.
Yeah,
this said U.S. centers are urging WWE to pause plans to go through the WWE Crown Jewel event on November 2nd in Saudi Arabia. 3 U.S. centers are quoted in a new article published by IJR.com. recording the situation. So basically saying, I hope that they would be rethinking their relationship with the Kingdom, especially with the respect to events coming up in the next weeks, like WWE Crown Jewel. He classified that apparent murder of U.S. resident and Washington Post journalist. So, yeah, it's definitely it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next coming.
It's interesting. One thing that's really interesting. This right here has wrestling fans tuning into this cable news and checking out what's going on. You know, I mean, it's like, hey, what are they gonna do here? I mean, Are they gonna cancel it? Are they gonna still go? I don't think they can cancel it. I mean, much as I think a lot of people think they should, I don't think they can. I think they're too close to the date of this happening and have the card already booked, basically.
Let's see. Adam Awesome says, I'll vow not to watch it when it happens. Ella Chica says, more than likely they will postpone. Red Sox says, if the show is canceled, they'll move the major matches to Survivor Series.
I can see that.
Chica says it will be postponed or it will move to Dubai.
Yeah.
Dubai seems realistic. All right, so let's move on to other talk because there's a lot more to talk about in the WWE Crown Jewel because that's going to be talked about for a while now until it actually happens. But tomorrow night, there will be the first special from WWE's new Untold documented series. It'll premiere this Sunday on YouTube. The doc will focus on the WWE Hall of Famer Eddie Guerrero and his effect on the SmackDown brand. The new documentary features interview with John Cena, Batista, JBL, Paul Heyman, Sasha Banks, Aiden English, Vicky Guerrero, and WWE Hall of Famer Kurt Angle. Featuring exclusive interviews, that's who I just said. It will examine how Guerrero emerged as a leader on SmackDown in the early days of 2002 brand split, both on screen as a performer and behind the scenes as a locker room leader for a group of young superstars out to prove themselves on a show that found itself competing with the Monday Night Raw.
Why isn't this on the network?
The big brand, greatest superstars is all new in edition of WWE's Untold, streaming live on WWE's YouTube channel this Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern. So there you go. What do you got? Are you going to be checking that out?
Of course. I'm going to be watching that.
It's strange. It's strange that why wouldn't they put something like this on the network?
I'm sure it'll eventually pop on there, but maybe they're just trying something different.
I guess they're trying to get more YouTube hits, I guess. But, I mean, it's just strange to me to put a documentary because that documentary was so good that they ended up, even though it was probably already put together for a future DVD, but on Bruno Sammartino, that was a great documentary they did. I mean, I don't know why they wouldn't do it like a 24 or something similar.
I'm still excited for it. I mean, I think I tweeted about it last week. Like, I hope they do like something for Eddie for the 1000th episode. So this will be something good to watch. I'll watch it before Bound for Glory.
Yeah.
You can watch a Mixed Match Challenge for Bound for Glory.
Some Sasha Banks news. We'll touch on Sasha Banks, Bobby Lashley, and then I think we can go into touch on Bound for Glory since we will be live tomorrow night.
What about Becky?
Oh, I don't have Becky's injury right here, but you can touch on that since you got that. Well, appreciate that. Selling off part to YouTube. I'm not sure. I'm gonna follow you. I never saw any wrestling talk on Periscope. Well, thank you, Blue Strip Show. Appreciate that. Thank you for the follow. We're live every Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. But the Thursdays will probably be coming in effect very soon, and we'll touch on that very shortly. Sasha Banks news. Just had it up. There it is. I'm sorry. All right. According to a report from Ryan Satin from ProWrestlingSheet.com, former Monday Night Raw Women's Champ Sasha Banks has been sidelined due to back problems. Ryan tweeted out, heard from a source that Sasha Banks is dealing with a back injury, but I'm not sure how serious it is. Have had trouble getting more info or additional confirmation from sources. It's worth noting that sources within WWE have reportedly been trying to keep the details of Sasha's injury somewhat of a secret, as Meltzer of The Observer recently reported that he could not get a straight answer from anybody in the WWE as to why Sasha has been out of action. Pretty curious to see why they're keeping it such hush-hush. You guys have any thoughts on this?
Yeah.
I mean,
Go ahead.
glad to see it's like. Well, I mean, I'm glad that's like from what it sounds like the fact she's getting cleared already. It's not as serious as people were speculating. Now, does that mean we're going to see Sasha again? I mean, what was she doing before?
Yeah, I mean, it's just very interesting to see what they'll have her doing.
Hopefully, though, when she does wrestle, she does take it easy, though, because I mean, I think it's recently been talking about a lot of wrestlers being unsafe. Sasha's definitely been known to be a little bit sloppy as well. So with this, hopefully she's safe on the way back.
Yeah. What about you, Dave? Anything?
Yeah. Ryan Satin's sources is probably The Observer. I mean, come on. What does he know? Yeah, I just don't like Ryan Satin either. But yeah. Yeah, Sasha's back is probably hurting from carrying Bailey all last 6 months.
Oh, wow.
I'll
be right back. Y'all keep talking. We're back.
Hey, I hope she gets back and she's good because I hate seeing one's career end like that. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if we're ever gonna get Bailey and Sasha, but still, I mean, I like Sasha to a point.
Yeah,
I want to see her career end.
I mean, I guess she'll be cleared for Evolution, even though she's probably going to be in the Battle Royal.
All right, I'm back. My fault, guys.
Are they doing a Battle Royal for that?
They probably will do a Battle Royal. Let's be honest.
If he's cleared for Evolution, why not just make it Sasha versus Bailey? Winner loses to Ronda.
That'd be nice.
Not for them.
Right. All right. So we got two more things to touch on, and then we'll get into Impact Wrestling because they got some news to touch on and a pay-per-view tomorrow night. According to Wrestling Observer, the feeling among top officials is that Raw is lacking top heels, especially with Kevin Owens recently suffering a knee injury. If anybody did not see on Twitter that Kevin Owens will be sidelined with a apparent knee injury for 4 to 8 months, I believe.
Yep.
For quite some time. Therefore, the decision was made sometime on Monday to turn Lashley heel by injuring Owens. Vince McMahon was in Lio Rush's ear throughout the match, giving him lines. So, your thoughts on this, Dave?
Hey, if I feel bad for Owens, I hope he comes back healthy and good. I'm curious to see how they bring him back. Are they bring him back as a face, which would really be interesting. But that's what I find the most interesting about this is Lio Rush was being fed lines by Vince just because it was so entertaining and good. I'm not saying Vince doesn't know what he's doing, but man, I give Vince a lot of crap for a lot of stuff he does and doesn't seem like he's in touch with the current fan base, but that was pretty entertaining with Lio Rush.
Now, someone put in. When did he get hurt? Iowa Neck wants to know. Peck and Rod. When did he get hurt?
Apparently, he's been working with the knee injury for a while, like just for a good while. Like before the Australia show. So I guess he just said he wanted to finish the Australia show.
What's up, Michael Berry? How you doing tonight, dude?
Taken out.
Tough news with Kevin Owens. Also, I had another thing to talk about right here. Interesting name being considered to possibly replace Don Callis on New Japan commentary. Since he's missed New Japan's recent Kings of Wrestling show, Don Callis may soon be leaving the company to focus on Impact Wrestling. If this is the case, Dave Meltzer reports that Randy Savage's brother, Lanny Poffo, may replace him. Alex, your thoughts on this?
I mean, it was kind of expected. I mean, it's all good for Impact. Like Callis is putting all his thought process into that and making it more like a better show. So as for Lanny, yeah, I'm fine with it. I haven't heard. I mean, I've listened to his interviews before on podcasts and stuff, and I think he's entertaining. So He'll bring the experience and kind of fill in for what Callis was kind of bringing. I don't know if he's going to be like the hilarious heel he is on Impact, but yeah, it's something.
Dave?
I don't know. At first, I thought you were going to say Jim Ross. I was like, oh boy, it's going to be bad, but this might even be worse. I mean,
Oh, Jesus.
New Japan fans have been very lucky with their English commentators because when you're on Access TV, even when you were getting Mauro Ranallo doing the voiceovers, what Jim Ross is doing now, and then you're also getting Kevin Kelly and Don Callis, who is a very underrated commentator. Lately, last year or so, he's really been getting the nod as probably considerably one of the best commentators out there.
Yeah. I mean, even the current team of Kelly and Rocky Romero is fine. Like, if I
would just leave Rocky there. Let him retire. He doesn't need to wrestle anymore. He ain't beating nobody.
He's just he's more focused on like expand, like booking New Japan, like the US and stuff. He's like a agent.
Yeah, he's really entertaining on commentary too. So I mean, geez, his stuff being afraid of Suzuki, which you can't blame him there, but it's still entertaining as hell.
Right.
Let's see what else. Oh, Laura Van Ness reportedly signs with WWE. Thank you, Michael Berry, for the Super Hearts. Former Impact Wrestling Knockouts, Laura Van Ness, aka Chelsea Green, has apparently signed a contract and reported to the WWE Performance. She appeared alongside Stephanie McMahon. Oh, they're talking about how she was on a segment on Monday Night Raw under her real name, Chelsea Green. She appeared alongside Stephanie McMahon and Daniel Bryan, claiming to have had an affair with the leader of the Yes Movement.
The beginning of Brie Bella's botches is right here. The slap around the world. If you just watch and listen to that slap, like, oh my God, that was a good slap.
Yep.
What was that? You cut out there, Alex.
No,
go ahead.
No, nothing really to say on this.
Basically, he's saying he doesn't give a shit.
No.
All right, here's some breaking news, everybody, and this will like definitely affect our show here on Get the Tables, and some sad news to report as well, because it could be an ending to a show that we do here on Periscope.
Tony, come on, we've been saying that for 20. Oh, go ahead.
Would you say it's the end of an era?
It's definitely going to be an end of an era, I think. So
we've been saying that for a long time.
To give y'all guys a little bit of a heads up, because I'm sure y'all may not know, some of you guys might, that Impact Wrestling is moving to a new time slot. Impact Wrestling will be moving to a new time slot on Pop TV from October 25th. Starting October 25th, excuse me. Next week's show will air at the usual 7 Central, 8 Eastern, and then the show will move to 10 Eastern. The time has changed. I'm sorry, the time change has been confirmed by Impact officials via PW Insider. There is no word on why the change has been made, and certainly won't be a positive move given 1 hour of the show will air outside of the prime time slot. There has been a suggestion that Impact might be moving network, thus Pop has moved them to a later time slot. But at this stage, nothing is confirmed. So, with this time change, Thursday night shows probably will be coming to an end. There's no reason to start a show at midnight Eastern.
Friday.
And yeah, basically Friday morning, and review Impact in NXT. So basically, in 2 weeks will be our last Thursday night show, and next week, yeah, it will be our last Thursday night show, and we'll just move the NXT stuff and Impact stuff to our Saturday night shows. So when the wrestling news is very slim and there's not a lot to talk about, we can go in more in depth on NXT and Impact and stuff like that. So major news sucks because We enjoyed the Thursday night shows. We didn't think it would be that much of a success when we first started it, but it seemed to be a pretty good hit. We're talking Impact Wrestling and NXT and everything else other than, Raw and SmackDown. So it was seeming to work, and a lot of people enjoyed it. But with my work hours of being up really early, and it's just a struggle to even sometimes stay up for Raw, as you guys I've told y'all about. Watching a 9 to 11 Impact is going to be rough. So most of the nights I probably won't even be able to watch it. I'm probably just going to record it. So yeah, next week will be our last Thursday night show. Yes, Iowa, there will be a show tomorrow night. We will have a post show right after Bound for Glory. So, Alex, Dave, your thoughts on next week being our last Thursday night show?
I mean, hey man, it's sorry to hear that. Sucks. I mean, Thursday nights are so much fun. I mean, Tuesdays I feel like we end up spending like shitting on Raw and not as much SmackDown, but overall like the main product, and then we talk about NXT and like Impact, and you can just see like the change and like excitement. It's always a fun show, always like positive thoughts. Like to look forward to. So it's been a lot of fun, but obviously we got to make adjustments. So Saturday we'll be bringing your NXT and Impact news.
Yeah, we'll still be bringing you guys Impact and NXT stuff. It just won't be on Thursday evening. So
yeah,
we'll still probably live tweet NXT when we do watch it, Dave and Alex, and just Impact. I mean, it's going to end at damn midnight on the East Coast time, and I don't see you guys who especially people who work early in the mornings coming up on here and sitting here and watching a 2-hour show sometimes of us reviewing 2 shows. It just would not make any sense. I don't, and us probably be slacking and tired, and we just wouldn't be bringing it 100%. So we'll just move it to Saturdays. We'll be back to a 2-show program until Impact moves to a new time slot or a new channel. Dave, your thoughts before we move on?
I mean, yeah, it sucks because this was one of my favorite nights of the week doing the shows, talking NXT and even recently 205 Live, just because it was something different. And yeah, I wonder, there's been rumors, I don't know if they're accurate rumors or not, going around that there could be an announcement tomorrow at Bound for Glory about the new network they move to, if they're moving to one or whatever they're doing. But yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the next few. It seems like for a while, it's been on Pop TV for at least a couple years now, and that's what's strange because for a long time it was like every year they switched networks. It was like they went from Spike to Destination America. It was just like over and over repetitive. So good luck to. I hope they find another a better network somewhere else. I mean, but yeah, Saturdays we'll still talk about it, but that's not gonna be the same because Thursdays are fun.
Yeah, and we hope you guys enjoyed the shows while we did them. I think we were live for at least 2 months. Had to have been at least no longer than that, I believe. Couple of months, and we went to Thursdays, and we're consistent and kept doing it. And this time slot change put a big damper into that show. So we do apologize for that, but we will be joining you guys every Tuesdays and every Saturdays, continuing the usual time. So we do appreciate everybody who supports the show and comes in here every night, interacting with us and retweeting and sharing and all that stuff. So don't forget, also, we have a YouTube channel as well. We're trying to get over 82 subscribers, man. We can't get off 82 subscribers. We were stuck at like 78, 79. Now we can't get over that 82 hump. So get the Tables podcast over on YouTube. Hit that subscriber button if you guys do not mind. So Saturday's shows are going to be super long now. No, we'll I'll try to manage it to where it's not a super long show, because I do remember how long when we did talk about NXT and Impact and in the news and stuff, our shows will go pretty long. So
we're not going to review everything that happened.
Right. We'll touch on the most important things going on in Impact. So it sucks, and hopefully Impact will move soon and move back to the usual time slot where we can bring back the Thursday night shows.
Maybe we'll do
Yeah.
like we do with Japan. New Japan stuff is we'll do like Impact
Impact
Talk-
segment.
Right.
Minute, or here's your Impact Minute.
All right, so Bound for Glory is tomorrow night. Everybody, don't.
We do that. The Becky Lynch news.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Becky Lynch injury news.
So apparently she's been working with a cracked jaw. So everyone's favorite Meltzer is confirming that this could actually be worse, and it may end up. So she may have to drop the title at Evolution. She's getting evaluated soon. So I mean that sucks. Like I mean Becky's been on the hottest thing that's been so far. So if she has to drop the title and obviously like recover, I would hold her off until the Rumble, honestly. But hopefully it's not serious. What are your thoughts, guys?
I say have her lose it, return at the Rumble, and win it.
At Mania?
Yeah.
But how does Charlotte face Rousey?
I don't know, man. I think you have to have Becky.
Absolutely.
If not win it at Royal Rumble, at least show up and return at the Royal Rumble.
Give it to Asuka. I think there's another story right there. Right. Fuck you, Vince. Sorry, but there's another
Thank you,
story
Philip.
right there.
Appreciate the Super Hearts.
Bad for Becky. It sucks that she's injured. Also feel bad for Asuka because she can't speak English, so Vince used to like her.
Oh, thank you, Nathan Wallace, for the subscribe on YouTube. Appreciate that. Thank you very, very much. Thank you guys for that. What's up, Ed? How you doing, man? Yeah, so hopefully if Becky Lynch does lose a title and she's out for a while, hopefully they build her up and she doesn't lose the steam that she currently has. That's usually what happens.
You have Kevin Owens injured on Raw and now Becky on SmackDown.
Yeah, it's just.
I mean, if you don't go Charlotte, who do you give the title to then?
That's the thing. After Becky and Charlotte, like the gap between the rest of the women, unless you rebuild Asuka, is shit. I mean,
give it to Naomi.
That isn't happening. Asuka isn't getting pushed at all because she can't speak English, according to Vince.
Yeah. All right, let's get to some happy news, man. We can't end the night on mad and sad news. Got Bound for Glory tomorrow night. The pay-per-view that Impact Wrestling has been doing an okay job hyping up. They did a decent job Thursday night getting you ready for Bound for Glory this Sunday night. There's only 8 matches on the card. 3 hours of wrestling, I believe. I don't think they've changed.
Non-stop action.
Right. So to go over the card one more time with you all, just in case you guys forgot, we have LAX taking on the OGs in a concrete jungle death match. Austin Aries taking on Johnny Impact for the Impact World title. OVE taking on Brian Cage, Phoenix, and Pentagon in the OVE rules match. Eddie Edwards versus Moose, and I believe it's a hardcore match as well. Tessa Blanchard versus Taya Valkyrie for the Impact Knockouts Championship. Matt Seidel and Ethan Page taking on Rich Swann and Willie Mack. Allie taking on Sue Young, and Eli Drake taking on a unknown opponent yet.
You threw me off with that. You said Al. Go ahead.
And he challenged someone who's from New York only. So that's the card so far on Bound for Glory. I'll get to questions after your guys' predictions. So let's do the rundown of the predictions, and then I got a couple of questions for you guys after we do the predictions. All right, so Dave, Alex, match number 1, we have Allie taking on Sue Young. What do you think the outcome will be? We'll go with you first, Dave.
I think the outcome is going to be Allie pulling someone, which I'm going to say Rosemary. Hopefully she has to choose between Rosemary and Kara Hogan, and she pulls, and Rosemary shows up or somehow, because they said she's going to be in the undead realm, because she doesn't have a soul no more, apparently. So I'm going to say Allie kind of loses, but then she kind of wins. Because I think she's going to get put in the coffin, and then we're going to see some backstage footage of her in the undead realm.
Okay. All right. What about you, Alex?
I actually have Allie going clean.
All right. You have her defeating Sue Young, maybe moving on from Sue Young finally?
Yeah.
So Alex, are you excited about her going into the undead realm on Sunday?
I mean, based on what the previous segments they do have been pretty fun. Yeah, actually. It'll be cheesy, but I like the cheesy horror stuff.
Hell yeah.
If Rosemary comes back, imagine the pop she will get. Oh yeah, that would be. I'm not sure how she is injury wise, but it'd be pretty cool to see her at least on screen, maybe in some type of clip or something.
Yeah, I mean, you could have Rose like because Rosemary has a torn ACL, so I don't think she's cleared yet. But you could have her just appear on the Titantron, like just kind of cost Su Yung the match, and it kind of builds to that like later on whenever Rosemary's cleared.
Yeah, it would be very interesting to see what happens with that match tomorrow night. Matt Sydal and Ethan Page taking on Rich Swann and Willie Mack. Willie Mack was announced as Rich Swann's tag team partner this past Thursday night. Dave, who do you got coming out, and are you excited for this match?
I'm excited for it's kind of understatement, but I mean, yeah, I mean it should be good. And I think they're not going to get a guy from Lucha Underground in AAA or wherever he wrestles. All exactly, I'm not sure, but everywhere else in the world, just to have him lose. So I think Willie Mack and Swann win.
All right, what about you, Alex?
Yeah, I have Swann and Willie Mack, and for anyone that doesn't know, Willie Mack's pretty fun to watch in the ring.
Oh yeah, I saw him live when I went to see. I think I touched this on Thursday.
Oh, him and
Lucha versus Impact when he teamed up with what's his name, Strickland.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what's his name? Fuck, someone's gonna say it. I know his name. It's like, fuck, I can't remember it now. His name in Lucha or on the Indies.
Shane Strickland is his name. I don't remember what his name.
I know, but
on the show. Bullseye, not Bullseye. Kill Shot. There you go.
I know it's something weird like that.
Peckinrod asks if anyone know if Willie is a one-time. I'm sorry, Iowa Neck asks if anyone knows if Willie Mack is a one-time deal. No clue. They haven't really touched on that too much, but I'm assuming so. But I wouldn't mind seeing Willie Mack in Impact Wrestling. I would like that. I wouldn't mind seeing him. He's really good, and it'll be a very entertaining match, especially with Matt Sydal. Two high flyers. Will make this match very entertaining. All right, our first title match of the night, which is Tessa Blanchard taking on Taya Valkyrie for the Impact Knockouts Championship. Alex, do you see a new champion walking out of Bound for Glory?
No. I have Tessa retaining.
Dave?
I hope Tessa retains because unless this is the way to get them both there is to have them both leave as champion. I hope not. I'm going to say Tessa, but I'm nervous.
Yeah, I think Tessa wins too. She's the best women's wrestler in Impact. So, and they're really riding her hard, like with the whole best wrestler. I'm sorry, I know that sounded very sexual, but they are they're really high on her. She's she's the best wrestler ever. You know how Callis is. So it's I don't see her losing that title anytime soon. I think the money match, really, honestly, is her versus Rosemary. When that eventually hopefully happens. All right, a match I'm not very looking forward to, but I'm sure it'll be at least decent. Eddie Edwards taking on Moose in I don't even know what type of storyline this is. Getting personal. Now he has a Kindle stick that he calls Kenny or Ken or some shit like this. I don't remember his name.
Kenny.
Alex, your thoughts on this particular feud and match? What's up, England? How you doing tonight, dude?
I really do not care one bit about this. This may be my dinner break. This is the equivalency of like when you watch those like TNA old matches on like a Thursday night show.
Damn.
Yeah. Wow. I have Moose winning and him and Alicia make out after.
With the porn music in the background.
Oh, a night in New York. Forget Milwaukee.
All right, what about you, Alex? I'm sorry, Dave.
I'm gonna say Eddie wins just because of what's been going on. It's like I don't know what Eddie's head is at, but whatever. I mean, it just seems like he's gonna win this match the way they're playing Moose up. And I'm not sure what Moose is, but yeah. Or Eddie wins and Moose takes off with his wife.
Yeah, to me, it kind of has that Alicia feel that she'll turn on him and cost him the match. Uh oh, well, thank you, Nathan Wallace, for commenting in the chat room on YouTube. Appreciate you liking the video. Thank you. All right. Eli Drake taking on a wrestler to be named at Bound for Glory. Yes or no, Dave? Is it going to be Tommy Dreamer?
I would say no. I hope not.
Alex.
So this is one of two crazy scenarios I have happening tomorrow. You know, Jericho was technically born in New York, right?
Yes, I do remember that little tidbit.
But everyone knows he's like Canadian. He's from Canada, so I
They
think
could use that as a way to debut Jericho. If this is supposedly the big.
yeah, his dad played for the Islanders and all that.
Yeah, but I honestly don't know who Drake's gonna face, but I honestly don't care if it's not Jericho.
Dave?
I think it'd be cool if it was Bully Ray, but yeah.
Do you think Eli Drake wins this match? Both of you guys?
No.
No.
All right. OVE taking on Brian Cage, Phoenix, and Pentagon Jr. in an OVE rules match. Dave, are you excited for this match, and who comes out the victor?
Excited for it? No, not really. I'm kind of sick of the LAX and OGs a little bit because they've been doing these promos over and over. I'm going to say OVE wins it. Wait, which one are we on? OGs?
OVE
versus Lucha and Brian Cage.
Okay, wrong 6-man. Sorry, tag, whatever it is. Wrong one. Sorry. Yeah, I'll say OVE.
I hope they move on from this OVE and Pentagon and Phoenix feud, please.
It just seems like the way stuff's going around, the rumors. I haven't read spoilers, but I've been hearing stuff that they could possibly go Callahan and Cage for the X Division title.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with that. I'm okay with that.
That'd be fun.
I'll be okay with that. All right, Alex, what about you? Excited for this match on Sunday, and who wins?
Not as much as before because we've seen it so many times. Like they did it like Impact 2 weeks ago or whatever. But it's still going to be fun. I have OVE taking this. I agree with Dave. I think they're going to go for Callahan and Cage after.
Think Brian Cage does something crazy?
Oh, yeah. He's definitely going to do a crazy-ass spot. I think Callahan pins Cage.
Oh, okay. That's an interesting little tidbit. All right. LAX taking on the OGs in a concrete jungle match. Tag titles are not on the line. It's a 6-man tag. Santino Ortiz and Conan coming out of, I don't know if he retired, but first match in quite some time on Impact. Hernandez, Homicide, and King are their opponents. Alex, excited for this match, and who comes out the winner?
I know it's going to be brutal, but this is another feud I hope kind of goes like it's already been so good. Don't like overdo it, and it's kind of getting to there. So I hope they this is gonna be fun. There's gonna be a spot where they're like, "That's for Little Richie," and yeah, I think LAX takes it and they just move on.
I think Richie gets involved and helps LAX win. What about you, Dave?
Yeah, part of me wants to say OGs, but I'll go LAX and see what they do here. Yeah, I think LAX wins, and like Alex, I'm kind of don't really care for this too much. I'm kind of tired of it. But yeah, I think LAX will pull out the win.
Yeah, they've definitely had the OVE and the Pentagon and Phoenix and the LAX and the OGs. That feud's been going on for quite some time. I'm hoping that those two finally go to an end and they move on to new opponents. All right. Main event, everybody. Austin Aries taking on Johnny Impact for the Impact World title. Dave, who do you got?
Johnny, let's see. I'm going to say Aries because I just don't think Johnny 205 can do it.
Alex?
All right, these are where my two crazy scenarios is. I think either Johnny Impact wins it, and then Jericho shows up and beats the shit out of him, or Jericho enters himself and it becomes a triple threat.
See, I think it would be better if it was Jericho and Aries and Jericho and Johnny Impact or Johnny whatever his name is. I think that'd be better.
If there's no shenanigans, I think Johnny wins.
Jericho, I think Jericho and Aries is a better match.
I think when Jericho comes cross sides with Jericho and turns on Aries.
All right, so here is my two final questions for you. Before
What
we
does
end
he
the
have
night.
winning?
I have Johnny Impact winning the title. Yeah. Good go home show, go home title, confetti falls, him holding up the title. You know how that goes.
The boyhood dream has come true.
Basically. And I have something to touch on that as well with the boyhood dream. It's a funny little thing that happened today. All right, match of the night. Your prediction, Alex. What will be the match of the night?
I think you know what? I'm gonna go with the OVE versus Lucha and Brian Cage.
What's up, Chris Gales Music? How you doing? Appreciate you popping in here. One of the very successful music periscopers in here. Wow, thank you for popping in here. Appreciate that. Dave, what about you?
I'm gonna go non-gimmick match, and I'm gonna say Allie and Su Yung.
Okay, that's an interesting pick. Out of all the non-gimmick matches, you picked that one. Okay, all right, fair enough.
Or is that a gimmick match?
I think there's only. I mean, the tag matches aren't gimmick. The Matt Sydal, Ethan Page, Rich Swann, Willie Mack. You got the Impact Knockouts Championship, Eli Drake, and then you have Allie versus Su Yung as well. So I think Eddie Edwards and Moose is a gimmick match, if I'm not mistaken.
Sure it is. Yeah. Look, I'm sure those 2 6-man tags would be great.
And right.
I don't know if Tessa can carry Taya Valkyrie to a classic match. I'm sorry. I just don't. I would pick Tessa, but I just don't think she's not that good, I don't think.
Again, thank you for Chris Gaines for coming in. Chris Gales, I'm sorry. Very successful Periscope music performer on here. Thank you for popping in here. Thank you for coming into our show. Thank you. Yes or no, Dave? Jericho show up on Impact in any type of way, video, teaser, or even better, at Bound for Glory?
I hope so, but probably no. Especially with Jericho Cruz in a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not.
Alex?
I'm going to believe yes.
Yeah, it's going to be very interesting. Oh, speaking of Jericho Cruz, they will be showing it on the Fight app. It won't be live, but they will be airing it, I think, the weekend after. Am I correct on that, Dave?
I don't know. I thought it was live, so I don't know.
It's on November 3rd, so I don't believe it's live. I think their cruise is at the end of October. I could be wrong, but it's going to be on the Fight app. It's only $24.99, everybody. It's not bad for what you're going to see on that show. So
make him some money.
Yeah, very smart for Jericho to do that. And then don't forget, everybody, Bound for Glory tomorrow night. It's $39.99. You can get on Fight app. You can get on your pay-per-view provider. I know Impact did not do a very fantastic job of hyping up this pay-per-view. And a lot of the matches, and I'm going to be 100% completely brutally honest, I don't really care for, except for maybe 2. I'm really tired of certain feuds. I hope after tomorrow night's pay-per-view, we move on to new feuds, new matches. And I'm really curious to see who Eli Drake's opponent is. So
okay, here's an interesting thing. What is that? I think that's Tony's answer right there. But what are you most interested in about tomorrow night? For me, it would be I'm more interested in what happens with Allie in that Undead Realm. That's the most interesting thing on the card for me.
Alex, is it Jericho coming or not?
Yeah, the idea of Jericho showing up.
Yeah, so it's going to be a very interesting night. So don't forget, we will be live tweeting Bound for Glory. I believe all 3 of us will be live tweeting Bound for Glory. I'll of course, will be on the Get the Tables Twitter account. Dave will be on his, and Alex. Follow us on those Twitter account handles right there. If you guys don't mind, don't forget to hit up the YouTube, Get the Tables podcast on YouTube. You can just hit the search bar on that and you'll find us, and we'd really appreciate the subscribe on that. Don't forget, we'll be doing a giveaway at the end of October, but you have to be a subscriber to the YouTube channel. And we'll be live tomorrow night. So don't forget, everybody, after next week, we'll be saying bye-bye to Thursday night shows. We'll touch more again on it Tuesday night, probably mention it again tomorrow night. But we'll remind you guys about no more Thursday night shows until until Impact moves to a new show, or new channel, I should say. Yeah, gonna give Bound for Glory a chance if you can, if you have the money to purchase it. Also, funny little tidbit before I came on podcast tonight, I was twitching. I don't know if anybody follows me over there on Twitch, Tony210. The O in Tony is a 0. You just gotta look it up and you'll find me. And I did a 8-man ladder match for the SmackDown Live World Championship. And I threw in Shawn Michaels, of course, and Cedric Alexander and a few other guys. And can you guess who won that title?
Cedric Alexander?
Negative. If you want to find out who won the championship,
Wait, Tony.
Go to my Twitter and you'll see it. I clipped it.
So Shawn, just like in real life, booked himself to win a match. Okay, then. Spoiler. Spoiler.
Hey, it was a brutal match. Trust me. And this match went on forever. I started it about 45 minutes before the show started, and it ended 5 minutes before. So that's how long that ladder match went. And Shawn, all of them were bloodied, and it was awesome. So I might be twitching later on WWE, doing maybe some My Career or just messing around on WWE 2K. So if you're up late, join us over there. Don't forget, Tuesday night will be live, and Thursday for the last show. What's up, Dave?
So you're telling me Shawn Michaels is your SmackDown World Champion?
That's right.
He never wrestled on SmackDown.
I just threw him in there. I just threw random guys in there. I put it.
Burying Daniel Bryan, AJ, Samoa Joe. Wow, what a selfish prick. Does Shawn have hair in this match?
Yes, he does. You can't edit their hair because I tried to.
Breaking news: the new DLC will have an updated Shawn with the cowboy.
You should do another watch party. You know what, DX? I'm thinking to do another watch party very, very soon. If people are interested in them, maybe we'll do another one.
Alex is gonna come hack your game and edit Shawn's hair to just be him bald.
Because Baron Corbin, he still has long hair, so I was trying to get him to edit his hair bald, but I couldn't. You can't edit their hair apparently. So if you can, I don't know how yet. So I'll figure it out.
Okay, breaking news, everybody. That was one stipulation Shawn put in to let him in the game. You can't mess with my hair.
Well, maybe he shaved it before, or after the hair. So, all right, everybody. I think that's gonna wrap it up. We'll be back on live tomorrow night after the Bound for Glory show is over. So a little bit after 11 Eastern. We thank everybody who popped in and out throughout the show. We had over 900 viewers tonight on a slow Saturday evening. Not a lot to talk about other than the major stuff, Crown Jewel. People have been talking about all week, and it's going to be touched on. It's going to be shoved down our throats in a bad way, of course, because you're going to get a lot of negative feedback for the next couple of days, and it's going to be very interesting to see what Vince does and how he responds to this. So, anything else, you guys? We'll go with you first, Alex. Any last thoughts before we're live tomorrow night?
Just thought we'd give a moment of silence for the Thursday show.
Yeah, very true. Rest in peace, Thursday night show starting next week. Dave, anything else?
Yes, I got some news to tell everyone. Everyone's been worrying about Alex. Everyone at Get the Tables have decided to franchise tag him, so he's not going anywhere after next year.
Yeah, he'll be here with us for a little bit longer. So, do appreciate all of you guys and the support you guys have given us. Let's do a quick little shout out. Jeffrey Cross, again, thank you again for the Super Hearts. Speeds, Dr. Huge, Alex, Philip, thank you guys for the Super Hearts. Very, very much appreciated. Alice, Kevin, Adam Awesome, Rich in Tennessee. Who else was in here? We had a bunch of people pop in and out throughout the night. So appreciate that. Peck and Rod, Iowa Nick, all you guys for interacting with us. DX, I'm ready for SmackDown 1000. Oh, man, we're all ready for SmackDown 1000. It's going to be a very, hopefully, entertaining show. So we'll be live again tomorrow night, right after Bound for the Glory. Follow us at the Get the Tables Twitter account and all of our Twitter accounts to get live tweets throughout Bound for the Glory. Thank you again so very much. Y'all guys have a great rest of your Saturday and have a great Sunday, because we want to see you tomorrow night. Enjoy some Christian theme music to end your night, and we'll see you guys.
We're going holy on you guys.
Yeah, nice.
We're going holy. So we're playing some Third Day.
Yeah, right.